Hi, I'm Alan Silver, and I'm a candidate for the Board of Directors. But before I tell you about myself, I'd like to make two things perfectly clear. One, my candidacy is not about pickleball. And secondly, I did not grow up a counselor. I actually have a background in science and engineering, both as an individual contributor and as a manager. I think both of that background will help me to serve you as a member of the board of directors. As an individual contributor, my career was mainly in the design and development of electro-optical systems. So what are electro-optical systems? They're lasers, television, camera systems, security systems, anything having to do with optics and electronics. My strengths have always been in the analysis and innovation associated with these and other systems. I hope you've seen examples of my innovation in my work here at Cascade Lakes. During my career, I was awarded 6 US patents and I was elected a senior fellow, which was at Raytheon, which is reserved for the top 5% of individual contributors in the engineering staff. As a manager, I held varying positions of increasing responsibility. I started as a program manager at managing developments, some of which had budgets the size of Cascade Lakes, then moved on to become director of engineering, managing all of the development programs within a business unit, and then for a year had a special assignment coordinating all the EO and laser activities across Raytheon, a $24 billion company. These gave me the tools of management that I think are important to Cascade Lakes. First, budgeting. When I would look at a program that could have 100 items in it, I would always look at the top 5 to 10 most expensive items. Those typically were 80 to 90% of the total budget. You should be putting 80 to 90% of your efforts in there to see the major returns. I joined the budget committee here at Cascade Lakes, and I was very disappointed to find out that's not the way we do budgeting. We concentrate on the lower 20 or 30% of the budget, so there's very little return that we can get for our efforts. So I asked, why aren't we looking at those top items? I was told, well, those items are contracts and they're the purview of the board. Well, that makes no sense to me. Why are we not looking at those? And even if the contracts are not due this year, we should be planning for them to figure out how we're going to control their costs in the future. Speaking of planning, planning was one of the things I did for Raytheon. Strategic planning was a development of 5 to 10-year plans looking at where we wanted to take the business, what actions we had to take, and what investments we had to make. Well, that's important not only for a business, it's important for Cascade Lakes as well. In general, I make decisions from facts and analysis, not from emotion. And my experience has shown me that I'm not smart enough to have all the facts myself. I need to rely on experts, not something we do well here at Cascade Lakes. I want to use the experts in Cascade Lakes to help make those decisions. Also, I found that when a problem comes up, it's better to have a brainstorming session than to try to figure out the answer yourself. Typically, groups make better decisions than individuals, something we don't do here as well. Then, once we have an approach to a problem, we need to delegate responsibilities to individuals and to groups such as committees. We don't do that either. We don't empower our committees. We have to empower them so that people will want to join them and know that their suggestions are valued, and that uh, they will be empowered to make a decision which will be accepted by the board once the board has confidence in the ability of the committee. I could understand how you might think I was a camp counselor. In my time here at Cascade Lakes, I've spent a lot of effort in trying to improve our lifestyles. I was chairman of the Recreation Committee, president of the Computer and Technology Club, chairman of the External Website Committee, a member of the Budget and Facilities Committee, advisor to Cascade Lakes University, founder of the Social Bridge Club, and I even taught bridge. I've implemented many new programs in this community at little or no cost. I'm very cost conscious. My priorities for the association are to maintain and enhance the vitality of the community. It's what I've always tried to do, not just for the current residents, including those of us who are still working, but to help attract active people to the community to assure that vitality for the future. We need to manage the budgets in a more strategic fashion, both in terms of long-range planning and creating and using an expert database. We need to empower the committees. The board should not be spending its time talking about minutiae. Should we be spending $100 here or $150 there? All these things should be worked to in committees and their results presented to the board, who, once they have confidence in the decision-making abilities of the committee, need only rubber stamp them. We're going to be talking about making a lot of changes in Cascade Lakes, but in doing so, we need to be respectful and to listen. Thank you. So why should you choose me over any of the other very qualified candidates? Well, I've demonstrated I'm an effective, innovative leader, and I get things done. In recreation, I started Fun Day, Kids Week, water volleyball, took the hike and bike club from 4 members to 25, began poolside parties, and yes, I brought pickleball to the community. We now have 84 active players in the club and over 150 members. In the Computer and Technology Club, I organized over 50 monthly programs, transitioned the thrust from computers to phones to technologies to gadgets. In fact, we instituted a gadget lending library where now you can borrow a Google Home or an Alexa or a security camera. We'll help you install it, and you can decide whether this is something you want. I've instituted an archive system so that if you've missed any of those programs that we've had in the past, you can look at them at home on your computer. I've also done other educational activities. I've helped to create an external website, which tells the outside world what a great place Cascade Lakes is to live. I will work to empower committees, not to micromanage them. I will listen to you and seek the opinions of experts through an expert database. I'm a trained technologist. Many of the new systems we're going to be acquiring have a high technological content, such as security systems, irrigation, and other systems. I can help make informed decisions. Strategic planning is critical, both to enhance our lifestyles and to maintain the vitality of the community, and to manage our budgets. I have the energy, the stamina, and the dedication to work for you. I hope you'll give me the opportunity. Thank you.